Yo, nice to have you back on the channel. I hope you're doing better than me, because my neck hurts and my back, I think I slept wrong, I don't know, can't really move, really limiting, hate it. But yeah, I hope you're doing good. And today I want to talk about 3 key elements that are essential for a home studio, and I see over the last years production and seeing many studios working in different studios and having different studios, from treated rooms to not treated rooms like I have now, like literally a room where you live in. There's 3 elements that you really need to make sure, and I see even people with proper treated room and all the cool equipment and nice speakers, but they still don't have a correction system. So today I want to break down these elements and really essential things that you will need to know if you want to step up your game and have a professional home studio and get even tracks all over the releases. Let's jump into it. Section 1, I would say the monitoring foundation quality headphones. Why headphones matter more than speakers for many home producers. Apartment constraints. Sometimes you just don't have the apartment to make treatment inside or properly, I don't know, treat the room because you live with someone or whatever. In this case, headphones. Then, untreated rooms, consistency across locations. It's a really nice thing to have, you know, when you're on tour and you are in the train, in the plane, you have your monitors. The same one that you use also at home. Really handy. And also nighttime production sessions. I would say sometimes you really want to blast some techno in the middle of the morning because you feel it and it's okay. But sometimes you live with someone, so it's nice to have good headphones. But what are the critical features to look for? Flat frequency response, really important. So you have to check that these headphones are meant to be in the studio, and they never have a perfect flat frequency response, but they mainly try to be the most flat you can do. Really important is also comfort for long sessions. I feel like if I do 8 hours music and my headphones hurt, they will just limit my creative output. I hate that. So I really check that they are comfortable, lightweight, and super important, super underrated. Durability for daily use, of course, is important. And then you just need to check if you want closed headphones or open headphones. In my case, I'm using open headphones now. Many years before, I was using closed headphones. Biodynamics. Yeah, that's it. In the moment, I'm using the Audio-Technica ATA Air 70XE. Yeah, I think that's the right one. So it's this mastering headphones from Audio-Technics. Really nice. Like them a lot. I have a full video about them. I will link it somewhere here. Section 2. The calibration layer. Headphones correction software. The problem with all headphones. Every model has frequency biases. So they all have different frequency responses, right? We already get that. But also the thing is you ear adapt to them. So more longer you use these headphones, more you will get used to them. So better is you get used to a mostly flat curve as possible, because otherwise you will make always just music for these headphones or the speakers. I mean, we're still talking both, right? And a correction system helps you a lot with this because they measure the headphones response curves. So they kind of analyze what curve they have from the frequency response. And then they're creating an inverse EQ. So they're kind of having a curve and they're flattening it out. That will standardize your listening environment, what is really good, because then you get used to that one thing. Even in a plane, even in, wherever you go, you will have this one flat curve, and it will make your music constant, the same output, even in a plane. So what I'm using, my recommendation would be Sonarworks reference software, because it's not that expensive. You can have it. Like a correction system in hardware form is way more expensive, and the setup process is really easy actually. You just, for headphones, use one of the presets that they have. They have like a lot of brands on headphones, and you just pick one of the headphone brand that you have. They have lists, so you can check which headphones they support, but you will definitely have your one on it. And even like in my case, they are so new, they don't have them yet, but they have the version before, and I know the frequency response is almost the same. That helps already. So don't overthink that too much. And then you have this availability for the profiles. You choose one of the headphones, and then they have this like invert EQ, and you will have a flat measurement, what is really nice. And if you want to do this for speakers, they have this like mic for it, where you sending a frequency response and the mic measures your room, and then you can literally correct your room. But we're talking home studios, so the room will change, and every time you change just a table or something, this measurement will be wrong, so have that in mind. But what I really like about the software is it is before your DIW. Sure, you can have it on the master, all these cool fancy things, but I'm always a big fan of having the stuff before, because then you also hear the music that you like in this flat response, and then you can choose what you really like. You literally can trust your ears and by listening to your own music. So yeah, I think a correction system is a must-have, and I see a lot of studios don't have it at all, and I still don't get why. I even don't use it for a long time just because I was lazy, but I always noticed it was really important. I have it since some months back, and I'm so happy to have it back. But yeah, the last releases really stepped up in this case. Yeah, that's it. Sonarworks, really nice. There's more, but I will link that somewhere here. And then section 3, the Analysis Foundation. Metering software is a must-have. There's free stuff, there's paid stuff. I always recommend Span at the moment, but now I want to start to recommend a new software that we at IO Records building together, and all the hard work of coding goes to David, and the UI is mainly Lenny Polygonia, and then Niklas, FTP doctor. He gives, I would say, the right measures and just the technical know-how, because he's the mastering engineer. Mainly you will get limited information. So it's my kick mono. You can see that in a goniometer. Really important that you have a goniometer. Then also to separate some elements, like maybe my percussions have to be more stereo, so you can separate them more from my bassy, grounding, rolling, something. It's really to have a goniometer is just a must-have if you ask me. Then missing most of the time also critical mix information. So you need an analyzer that maybe also have an FFT analyzer, so you can see the direct impact of some like resonances that are just like, oh, okay, that is way out of the mix, let's cut that. They are way more responsive, you know? But also just in a frequency response, seeing like you have a huge hole around 1K, so let's make the next element that I want to create, I feel I want to make a melody. You already know in which frequencies you want to make this melody, because there's space. These decisions will change your music super much. So essential metering types for me is frequency or spectrum analysis, then stereo field visualization, phase correlation. So you want some scope where you can see maybe when you make a kick, that when you zoom in, is there some phasing going on? Do I have some problems? All of this we have in the software right now. And the GUI is completely customizable, and you have all you need. The only thing that is not in yet, but will come before we go into beta, I guess, is the LUFS and loudness metering, also really important, so I want to mention it here. So yeah, my recommendation is get some of these elements for now, and then soon we will drop that beautiful analyzer. And here I really want to push the word beautiful, because an analyzer, when it's ugly, you just don't want to watch. I want something that I have in front of my computer. So first of all, this analyzer is a software that runs before the DIW. So it's not like just your music that you analyze even your fucking Spotify and all of the tracks that you do and listen on the daily basis. So you will analyze a lot of things, and you will sit here on your computer because this thing is just open because it's beautiful, and then you will see that one of your favorite tracks is just built like this. Interesting. So you have this huge frequency push there around 10K. Interesting. These are those moments where you're realizing things, and you will do them in your music, and it will change your music forever. I learned that very, very hard, and it is amazing to have it before the DIW. So that's why we built the software also before. So it's not a VST, it is a software that runs with your computer and in the best case opens when you open your computer. So yeah, 3 things that you really have to consider if you want to work in a home studio. Have good headphones, check that they're neutral. After checking get a correction system like SonarWorks. Again, link somewhere here. And then you have the most flat line you can imagine because of the correction system plus flat headphones. So I promise you can trust your ears now and can make music by what you think sounds good, because now you can trust your ears. I mean, you get it, right? It is super important. And then just check your metering on top, because this will make you a good producer. Not fancy plugins, not fancy treatment, not fancy whatever, because this makes sure that the stuff stays always the same. So your taste and your decisions stay always the same and they are not involved by other things. You can read your metering, you can trust your ears. 2 things that are really important for home studios, I would say. And that's the video. Like and subscribe, that helps me a lot. And see us next week. Peace.